So, a year and a half ago, I left Wisconsin because that winter prior to us leaving hit negative 60 degrees. And I was like, I'm done with this shit. This is stupid. Human beings shouldn't live in this. So, we moved down to Houston, Texas, figuring I would probably never see snow again in my life, at least unless I went to it. And instead, last week, it decided to snow, which was fine. I mean, it was like a dusting. It wasn't much snow. It was very, I mean, you can still see the grass through the snow, which, and you don't see that shit in Wisconsin. So, but it was enough of a mix of rain and snow to where the roads became absolutely undrivable. So, that's when I kind of realized, like, what the actual issue is down in Texas is we don't have any salt trucks. We don't have any sand trucks. We don't have snow plows, nothing. So when you have that wintry mix of rain and snow, I mean, it's just straight ice and there's nothing they can do about it. Like, it shuts everything down. Now, on top of that, the electric grid is not designed for it. Everybody wanted to blame each other. Like, everybody wanted to blame the Green New Deal people, and Green New Deal people wanted to blame the gas and electric people, being like, well, you should have been more green. They all shut down. Every single one of them shut down because they're not prepped for this. They're not insulated. All of those systems are screwed when a once-in-a-lifetime cold comes through. That's to be expected. When you have a once-in-a-lifetime like hurricane, like Harvey was, there's not a lot of shit that works at that point either. You can't really prepare for it. You just deal with it the best you can. So that's basically what happened. It's basically everything froze up, including people's water pipes, because they're all exposed. There's no insulation on the exterior of the houses. There's no basements to keep them warm. They freeze up almost immediately. Pipes start bursting. Big problem. Then obviously came a run on the grocery stores. People were loading up on all the essentials, all the food essentials, all that type of stuff. Water, then the water treatment has to, there's too many people using water all at one time. Water pressure goes down. They have to stop treating that stuff. So then, you got to go and find water. So a lot of problems come up all at one time. Now, the funny thing is before a certain event happened, we were basically just a punchline. Texas was. It was, this is what you get for voting Republican. This is what you get for being a red state. This is what you get for wanting to secede the union. All this other bullshit was all that the left was saying. Then all of a sudden, Ted Cruz decides to go on vacation to Mexico. Then all of a sudden, everybody cared about Texas. Now the whole left is like, oh my God, there's an emergency going on in Texas. We need to help out. Ted Cruz is a horrible human being. He went to Mexico. He abandoned his constituents. Ted Cruz didn't abandon anybody. Ted Cruz went on vacation, which I applaud him for, because if I would have thought of that, man, I would have been in Mexico all last week, all this week. So I'd probably still be there, man. I would have gotten the hell out of here. Not that the cold really bothers me. Like I said, I'm from Wisconsin, man. This isn't even cold. But there's so much stuff shut down, and it's like, man, I wish I'd have gone on vacation. That'd been a good idea. And it only helps everybody else. I mean, Ted Cruz being gone, for every person that leaves, that's one less person consuming water and consuming electricity. The more we can actually have off of our electric grid right now, the better. So Ted, go back to Mexico, man. Enjoy. Have a good time, dude. I do not care. I'm not mad at you one bit, dude. I'm actually jealous. I'm jealous that you were smart enough to get the hell out when you did. But yeah, I mean, you probably should have left a couple days earlier, man. If I was you, I would have gotten the hell out a couple days earlier. But that's neither here nor there, but you should have left a couple days earlier. But the left seized on it, man. They turned it into like Ted Cruz is the worst person in the world. Like, this is the worst thing you could have possibly done. They're just insane. Beto O'Rourke all of a sudden reemerges, and he's like, we made 1,000 phone calls. Well, thanks, Beto. We need your phone call. How freaking stupid are you? God, you're such a waste of goddamn space. Get out of this state, dude. For real. Like, I get, like, people in like, Austin like you, but the rest of the state, you are such a fucking tool, man. Get the fuck out of here. then AOC is like raising money for us too, for the city of Houston. And then she's like, and I'm flying down there so that I can meet with these great people in Houston politics. No, AOC, we don't need you either. We get it. Like, you literally want to fuck Ted Cruz. I get it, man. I get it. You're both Latin. You know, it's like, woo, you probably got, you got a lady heart on for him. I get it. But we don't need you here at all. Sit your ass in New York. We don't go there. We don't want you coming here. Your state's run like shit. Go back there and help them figure out their shit. I got so sidetracked there. I'm sorry. But the point of this is, this got turned into Ted Cruz is the worst person in the world. Okay. No, Ted Cruz is not the worst person in the world. Ted Cruz didn't do anything other than maybe optically look bad. The optics weren't great. Like, you probably don't want to be leaving a state during a disaster. I don't give a shit. Like I said, I don't think most people give a shit. I personally think he was smart to do it. But you probably, you don't want to just give like a freebie to these, lunatic liberals where they can just throw it back at you. So Ted, maybe bad optics, but good idea. But they tried to make him out like he's worse than like these Democrat politicians like Pelosi and Gavin Newsom out in California and Cuomo out in New York and Lightfoot in Chicago. No, these aren't even in the same ballpark, man. Like, Ted Cruz just made a decision that literally had no effect on anybody. He's a senator. They're not even in session right now. The only thing he could have done is, maybe help out around town, which I don't need that shit, man. That's for you liberals to like get your little photo ops and seem like you're actually doing something in life. I don't need my politicians going around like, oh, I'm gonna run a food drive for you. Come on, man. You got better shit to do. But so comparing him to guys like Cuomo and Newsom and ladies like Pelosi and Lightfoot, those people actually abused their power. They put in place policies that told you that you can't do shit. You can't go to, out to eat. You can't be within 6 feet of people. You can't have more than whatever arbitrary frickin' number of people that they decided around you. You have to wear a mask at all times. You got to do all this bullshit. Wow, they were doing the exact opposite. They were going to get their hair done without masks on. Newsom's going to frickin' French Laundry, some ridiculously expensive restaurant with more than the allotted amount of friends and no masks and no distancing. You got Cuomo doing everything he possibly can, including killing thousands of elderly people. And yet, you're going to try to compare that to Ted Cruz going to seek warmer weather when he at no point told any of us, you can't do that. I guarantee if you were talking to Ted Cruz and said, hey, Ted, what do you think if I was like, I'm going to thinking about heading to Mexico to get away from this cold? Ted Cruz would probably be like, that's a good-ass idea. I'm going to do the same thing. So they're not the same thing. It's just so absurd, man. The liberals in this country, you guys never miss a beat when it comes to taking advantage of a crisis, man. That's like the motto of your party. Never let a crisis go to waste. I know one of your politicians, might have been Cory Booker. I think it was Cory Booker. Somebody said that comment, and man, you guys live by that. Like, God damn.